Alrighty, here we go. Duelist Kingdom action, and in this one, it is Maximilian Pegasus, and he is taking on Weevil. If you remember back in the anime, Pegasus presented Weevil with the regional championship trophy. So this is a match which will tell us who would have won against Weevil Underwood and Maximilian Pegasus. I think anime-wise, Pegasus would win every day of the week, but you never know. This is the real game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And we're going to see in Duelist Kingdom who would have won out of Maximilian Pegasus and $2 bowl haircut Weevil Underwood. And underway, Pegasus's perspective. There's Dark Rabbit straight out the bat and Jigen Buckle done. It's not a great starting hand for Pegasus, but we'll see what he can do with it. After all, Weevil's deck isn't really that powerful, but he does have a few good monsters in his deck. Did go with a face-down defense. Pegasus has summoned a Rogue Doll. And it is the Cocoon of Evolution that was the first card that Weevil played down. 2200 defense with the effect of Forest. Alright, what does Weevil have for counter-attack here? And down goes Flying Kamakiri number 2, which will get the 1700 from the effect of Forest. It will put it above Rogue Doll. Now Pegasus does have Dark Hole in his hand, so he does have something to sweep the field. And Toon Table of Contents is drawn. And Pegasus does play that Dark Hole. He gets rid of Cocoon of Evolution and Flying Kamakiri number 2. In the effect of Toon Table of Contents, Pegasus can pull a card with Toon in its name, and he selects Toon World. Can't do much without Toon monsters unless he got Toon World. Alright, Dark Rabbit is played. So that will get to 1300 attack, 1700 defense, but it is Pegasus's one of his signature monsters. He leaps up, down, and all around. Nobody can lay a hand on this funny bunny. It was the cartoon rabbit that was in Pegasus's memory flashback. Right, Weevil went with another defense and turn change back to Pegasus, who has just drawn Dispel and has decided to activate it. It will weaken the Dark Rabbit. However, all of Weevil's monsters are insects, so Weevil will lose a 200-point buffer for his entire deck. And in goes Dark Rabbit, and it is the basic insect that is destroyed. Sort of an iconic monster for Weevil as well. He would play every equip card possible that he had on basic insect during the anime, instead of putting it on another insect, which would have been significantly more powerful, but it was the anime after all. In Season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! The anime didn't make a lot of sense, but it was still fun all the same to watch. As Caterpillar is destroyed, so Weevil drawing some of his weakest monsters. Now Pegasus, he's got Jig and Buckle done face down. Not much he can do in attack with that, and of course if Pegasus flips it face up, the effect of Jig and Buckle done will activate as well. As that's Kamakiri Man. 50 points off Pegasus, he's down to 7250. Weevil at 6700. Alright, draw phase for Pegasus. Oh, and a good pull. It's a Monster Reborn. There's not a hell of a lot that he can bring back though. Nothing major. But what does he go for here? Does he want to get that Kamakiri Man off the field? No, straight to the end phase. Electing to hold Monster Reborn, it's very risky, but you also don't want to waste Monster Reborn. Alright, Gokibor has just been summoned. It's a risk because Weevil could tribute. He does have Empress Mantis, and he does... No, I think Empress Mantis might be his only other monster over 2000 besides the Moths and Metal Armored Bug, actually. Okay, there's Shine Palace, and alright, this time Pegasus has gone for Monster Reborn. Ah, yes, okay, Rogue Doll. Rogue Doll is a light monster and can be equipped with Shine Palace. That will put it to 2300, which is quite tough. It will be quite something for Weevil to get over. And there it is, 2300 for the Rogue Doll. Gokubor and Kamakiri Man both sitting ducks now, 1150 off Weevil. 5550 plays 6100. We've had a pretty even match so far, but you just feel like Pegasus might have the advantage in Monster right here. And what has Weevil got for response? Weevil goes with a face down defense and also flips Gokubor to defense as well. Turn change back to Pegasus, who has just pulled Relinquished. Can't do much without the ritual spell card itself. Pegasus, if he's lucky, will be able to draw Black Illusion Ritual. Hey, come on, they're almost the same name. You can't blame me for that one. Alright, turn change back to Pegasus. There is the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. Alright, Pegasus has just played down Toon World now. So at the cost of 1,000 life points. Alright, there goes Petite Moth. My word, Weevil really has not drawn strong monsters so far. He's drawn Basic Insect, he's drawn Caterpillar, and he just drew Petite Moth as well. Alright, Weevil has just tributed. That was the Giant Flea, but he's played it face down in defense. Interesting. Wonder what that was. Does Weevil have any high defense cards? Not that I remember. Alright, Sonic Bird has just been drawn, and the effect of that is when it is summoned, Pegasus... Oh, there's Trap Hole. Well, Trap Hole won't stop Sonic Bird's effect from activating. Sonic Bird is removed from the field though, so Weevil is protecting his life points, but Pegasus now can summon Relinquished. Although, you don't really want to give up the Rogue Doll. Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, well, we've got Toon World on the field. Blue Eyes Toon Dragon can do a lot of damage. So Relinquished being held for now. It's only a 1 star, so it is very easy to summon when you have all the necessary materials. There's Parrot Dragon. And it was Hunter Spider that Weevil had face down as well, but Weevil didn't play any other monsters down on his last turn. He just drew a card and he just passed his turn, so he wasn't able to, either wasn't willing to or wasn't able to play anything down. It's possible that he just has a couple of brick spell cards, or maybe he does have a few high level monsters. Oh, he's just thrown down a Dark Hole. Have a look at that. Alright, so... I forgot. Pegasus himself did have a Magic Jammer face down on the field, so Dark Hole has just been blocked. Weevil really needed that too. And again, no monsters, so he's either only got high levels or perhaps doesn't have any monsters at all. There's Toon Table of Contents. Okay, there's the Black Illusion Ritual. Nothing to... yeah. Alright, I see it. Yeah. Relinquished is going to be tributed. Parrot Dragon will come to the field. I do believe that is what Pegasus is going for. It would win him the match as well. Weevil is undefended. We get to see the little animation for Relinquished, at least. And, alright, good play by Pegasus. This will end Weevil's life points, and Pegasus will pick up the first match. To the battle phase. 2,000 and 2,300 together, 4,300. And there it is. First match goes to Pegasus. It is best of 3, so Weevil will need to win 2 matches in a row if he wants to try and pick up a season point. He hasn't performed particularly well in the season. He's sort of been the guy that you go and beat up along with Mokuba. However, he has had a couple of interesting matches along the way, as set up in the lobby again. Alright, the rock, paper, scissors is won by Weevil, who elects to go first. So Pegasus, he's been about mid-tier for most of the season. His deck, it's just, if you draw a lot of the toons straight away, the deck can sort of get sort of like a paralysis feel. You can't do anything with the Toon monsters unless you can get Toon World to the field, which is why Toon Table of Contents was added to make his deck more functional. Alright, Pegasus has started off with Yurubi. Alright, and there goes Giant Scorpion of the Tundra that Weevil laid down on the field after the first turn. Weevil does have Flying Kamakiri number 2. He does also have that Dark Hole as well. Okay, interesting. Interesting choice. Weevil has decided to go for Flying Kamakiri 2, and he's going to go to get both the monsters off the field. He does still have that Dark Hole in his hand, so he can counterplay. He could have played the Dark Hole first and kept his Flying Kamakiri number 2 on the field and done some life point damage, but maybe a bit concerned that he doesn't have any other monsters in his hand. If his Flying Kamakiri got destroyed by a stronger monster, he may be able to use that Dark Hole to get rid of it. Pegasus, 2 face-down spells or traps. And, ooh, okay. Weevil, ooh, he's just drawn Hunter Spider. It's 5 stars. Weevil may not have made the best choice on that opening move, or, sorry, it was an opening move, but close enough to it. And Pegasus also has just skipped his turn again. He's got 5 cards in hand, but he hasn't got any monsters down. Possibly full of Toons, high levels, or maybe he's just drawn a brick hand. Weevil has played 7 Tools of the Bandit down. So he is safe from trap cards. And Pegasus again ending his turn. What I wouldn't give to see what is in Pegasus's hand right now. Alright, Kumituko is summoned. Face down defense, so Weevil not taking any chances, opting for the defense rather than its meager 700 attack. Pegasus now 7 cards in hand, goes with another face down spell or trap, and again skips his turn. What in the world could possibly be in Pegasus's hand? Alright, Kumituko is tributed. Weevil may just be going for a chance attack here. Hunter Spider, 1600. Direct attack. Pegasus takes 1600 points of damage. Tell you what, if Weevil kept that Flying Kamakiri number 2, he might have done quite a lot of damage. And, oh, never mind. One of those face down cards was a fissure. So Weevil would have lost the Flying Kamakiri number 2. But Hunter Spider has taken the fissure effect, and Hunter Spider has been destroyed. Now, what does Pegasus? Does he have anything at all? He's gone with another face down spell or trap, and still 6 cards in hand. What sort of a brick hand has Pegasus drawn? Mind you, Weevil's isn't really any better. Down goes the Petite Moth in defense mode. Weevil may be hoping that he can contribute that, maybe get a stronger monster to the field if Pegasus doesn't have anything to block. And he's just played the red archery girl, so Pegasus has finally drawn some sort of offense to fight back here with. Alright, Petite Moth is the target. It is destroyed. Red archery girl's only 1400 though. Weevil does have some cards in his deck that can get over that. There's laser cannon armor. And now Weevil is in trouble. He does still have the Dark Hole, but he's decided to hold it. Still on 8,000 life points, so he can afford to take a bit of a hit. And, oh, saw this in the last game as well, Sonic Bird. So Pegasus looking to draw the Black Illusion Ritual to his hand. Maybe one of the cards in his hand is relinquished. That's why he hasn't been able to play any monsters. Alright, 14 and 14 is 28, and Pegasus flips up a Mystical Space Typhoon. So gets rid of any possible threat. It was the 7 Tools of the Bandit, which is still a very useful card. But Weevil losing life points now. He's down to 5,200. Pegasus at 6,400. It's been a good match. It's been close. Neither duelist has dominated the match, as Pegasus has thrown Dragon Capture Jar out of his hand. There's Flying Kamakiri number 1. Alright, Flying Kamakiri number 1 is summoned. If it's destroyed by battle and sent in the graveyard, it can pull a win monster with 1500 or less. Weevil checking the graveyard. Flying Kamakiri number 2 is already in the graveyard. That's usually the card that Weevil would pull with the effect of Flying Kamakiri number 1. He would get number 2. However, 1700 points with the effect of Laser Cannon Armor. And there goes the red archery goal. So Sonic Bird isolated on the field now for Pegasus, who has 7 cards in hand, which is quite extraordinary. And, oh, here we go. Sonic Bird tributed. And it is a face-down defense. So, well, it wouldn't be Parrot Dragon. Can't be Re-Ran. Illusionist Faceless Mage, maybe. It's the only other card I can think of. And, there it is. Illusionist Faceless Mage. At one point, I called Illusionist Faceless Mage my favorite monster. He, I think it was more his little evil laugh that he gave in the anime duel that he had with Yugi. And just his sort of happy-looking face, but his dark magic with his sort of laugh. I can't do it. It's out of my vocal range. Alright, there's Toon World. Now, it is possible that Pegasus does have Toon monsters in his hand. Since he hasn't played many monsters down in this match, there is the Dark Rabbit. And Illusionist Faceless Mage, 2 attack mode. Don't hear that very often. It's just destroyed Bladefly. And Pegasus has gone to main phase 2. Oh, double tribute. So it's a special summon as well because the summoning was made. And it is the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. Unfortunately for Pegasus, unknowing to him, our human players do not possess the abilities that Maximilian Pegasus does. So Pegasus does not see the Dark Hole in Weevil's hand. There goes D-Spell, and that gets rid of Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. So Weevil didn't even need to play the Dark Hole. Plays a D-Spell and gets rid of Toon World instead. Flying Kamakiri number 1 at 1700 now. Pegasus down to 3400, and he's looking very good. 17 and 17 adds up to exactly 3400. So if Pegasus can't defend... okay, he's just played a Dark Hole. Flying Kamakiri number 1's effect only activates if it's destroyed by battle as well. End phase for Pegasus. Turn change back to Weevil. Pegasus doesn't have any monsters on the field, and Weevil has just drawn Girochin Kuwagata, which is one of his strongest 4-star or lower monsters. He's got Metal Armored Bug in his hand as well. 1700 off Pegasus. He can only take one more direct attack. This match may go to Weevil. Draw face for Pegasus, who plays Toon Table of Contents. He doesn't have Toon World anymore. He's pulled the Toon Alligator, which isn't actually a Toon monster. It's just a normal monster, but at 1600 defense, it will defend life points. That is, if it is what Pegasus just played. There's the big insect. And this isn't looking too good for Pegasus now, as we're going to see Girochin Kuwagata go in for the attack, and it is indeed the Toon Alligator. Pegasus is going to be down to 500 life points. Weevil sitting tight at 5100, and this one looks like it could be done on the next turn unless Pegasus can pull something out of his hat. Pegasus with a face-down defense. Alright, Caterpillar has been pulled to Weevil's hand. He went in for an attack with Girochin Kuwagata just straight off the bat, and 1800 defense for the Dragon Piper. Okay, interesting. Pegasus might have a little bit of defense going here. Weevil. There's DN Keto from Pegasus. Now, Weevil does have the Metal Armored Bug in his hand, so Dragon Piper is not going to be able to stay on the field forever. Pegasus did gain 1000 life points back. There's Man-Eater Bug. Pegasus instead, rather wanting to go for Metal Armored Bug. Alright, at 2800 attack, there is nothing in Pegasus's deck besides a Blue Eyes Toon Dragon that would get over that. Which means Pegasus is going to have to rely on something else to get a monster of that strength off the field. He has already used his Dark Hole. He's gone with the face down defense. Alright, there's Insect Armor with Laser Cannon. Alright, Man-Eater Bug has been played face down, and Pegasus is now very much in trouble, as it is Thousand Eyes Idol. Not a card that Pegasus would like to throw away, but may have had to. If he fuses that with Relinquished, he will get the Thousand Eyes Restrict. Alright, Pegasus again with a face down defense, but if Weevil flips up Man-Eater Bug, this one could be over. There's Cocoon of Evolution. And we could be seeing the finish to this match on this turn. Weevil has decided to play Insect Armor with Laser Cannon, putting it onto his Metal Armored Bug, putting it at 3,500. Man-Eater Bug flips up, and its devastating effect of destroying a monster, once thought of as so strong, it was the Dream Clown that was destroyed for Pegasus. Weevil decides to attack with the Man-Eater Bug anyway. But this one, unless Pegasus can block, and he does not, we are going to a tiebreaker match. Third match. Winner takes all for this season point for both players. With how far the season is in, neither of them are going to be able to get into anywhere near the top 4 or anything like that. Currently, it is still Bandit Keith that is first, which is somewhat surprising because Keith didn't actually start off that well. However, he's won a lot of his later games, as Pegasus has pulled 2 Toon monsters. He's got Witch of the Black Forest, but not a great starting hand for Pegasus. Alright, turn change for Weevil. Although Witch of the Black Forest, that can summon the Flying Elephant if that's destroyed. Alright, Weevil has played Forest and has gone with the Giant Flea, which will get to 1,700. Alright, Witch of the Black Forest has just been destroyed, so Pegasus will be able to pull a monster from his deck. And there it is, the Flying Elephant. It's a dangerous card. It is a beast as well, so it will get a field power bonus from Forest. We'll put it to 2,050. Alright, Pegasus has drawn the Armed Ninja. And down goes the Flying Elephant. Armed Ninja is in Pegasus's deck. It was in his real world starter deck. It was just a leftover card to get him to the 40 cards that he needed to constitute a deck. But now looking a bit grim for Weevil. He's got Flying Elephant staring him down, and it does mean that Weevil can't get rid of it with just a Dark Hole or a Fissure. He'd have to use both of them together, as just once per turn, Flying Elephant can defend against those sorts of effects. Okay, there's Magic Jammer on Toon Table of Contents. So Weevil trying to block Pegasus from being able to get any of those Toon monsters down. Blocking Toon Table of Contents has allowed Pegasus to not draw Toon World. Could look at it the perspective that Weevil could have held that and waited for Pegasus to play Toon World, because now he still has the opportunity to draw it, but either way, Pegasus does not have Toon World on the field. Weevil goes with a face-down defense as well, but there's Dragon Capture Jar. And Arm Ninja has just been played in defense. Arm Ninja could still go after Forest, because Forest will boost all of Weevil's monsters. Even though it will weaken the Flying Elephant, Pegasus might prefer just to get Forest off the field altogether. Alright, turn change back to Weevil. And Weevil has laid down the Dark Hole. That's very risky. And does he not have anything else? He's just played a monster in face-down defense. So Flying Elephant's effect is activated. If Pegasus can get a direct attack with it, he would win the duel. However, he will not be able to. Oh, unfortunately, he could have almost had a Flying Elephant win. And, oh no. Oh dear, it is the dreaded Cockroach Knight. It was a monster that Weevil played in the anime, that's why it is in his deck, but in the real world Yu-Gi-Oh game, it is very possible to debate Cockroach Knight as being one of the worst cards in the game. Alright, Pegasus has just drawn Fissure, and this is looking really, really grim for Weevil. Alright, 2050 off of Weevil, he's down to 4900. We know one of his cards is that Cockroach Knight. He's just drawn another. He's had to take a hit. As if he keeps playing Cockroach Knight down. Oh, if he keeps playing Cockroach Knight down, it's just going to keep going back to the top of his deck. It's a terrible card. Weevil played it in the anime though, that's why it's in his deck. But Toon Alligator has come to the field. Pegasus goes with Flying Elephant, and it was Bladefly. Well, this one's not looking good. 800 off Weevil, he's down to 4100, and Weevil has got a mountain to climb here if he wants to get back into this. That Flying Elephant is just menacing as well. And Cockroach Knight played. Weevil obviously cannot do anything else. He's gone after Toon Alligator just to, I guess, try and get it off the field, but this really shows just how bad of an effect Cockroach Knight is. Whenever it's destroyed and it's sent to the graveyard, it comes straight back and to the top of the deck. Pegasus plays Fissure. And that Cockroach Knight, Weevil obviously does not have anything else in his hand that can help him right now, and Pegasus, if he was reading Weevil's mind right now, he would just be, is that a Cockroach Knight you just drew there, Weevil boy? As if he didn't already know. I wonder what Weevil just drew. Alright, well there's 2050 on Flying Elephant, there's 2050 on Weevil's life points, and alrighty then, Weevil has decided to surrender. How about that? Well, we don't see a surrender very often, but why prolong it? Weevil wants to get the hell out of there as quickly as possible. He is lost. Who is coming up in Battle City? It is... I will tell you if I can get it up on my screen. Sorry, just bear with me for a second. It's getting there. It is Esperoba and Arcana. And after that, there will be Jaden taking on My Valentine as well. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And thanks for leaving all the comments from yesterday as well. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe, take care, farewell.